Hey, what's going on? This is Terrence Shaheed. I'm back with another video. I know it's been a while since my last one. Lots been going on since between then and now. I won't go into too many details about it, but I felt that it was way overdue to add another video, and more particularly the second part to my discussion about perps. Now, if you see my last video when I talked about perps, a perp in the Greek community is a term that describes an individual who goes around masquerading as a member of an NPHC organization, such as from Alpha to Iota or AKA to SG Row. These individuals tend to kind of play themselves off as members. One of the most common ways I've seen this done is through social media. Individuals will take pictures with Greek paraphernalia on, or they will throw up hand signs of whatever organization that they are pretending to be a part of. And I thought I'd use this video to kind of reinforce my point from the previous video with an experience I had with the perp in recent months. So, but before I get into that, I just want to say that reinforce one more point from my previous video of why it's looked down upon by the NPHC. When a perpetrator or a perp goes around perping, it's looked down upon because it's considered a direct affront to actual members, because it makes it seem it's a blatant disregard for the hard work and the work and the effort and sacrifice that actual members had to go through in order to become members, whether it's on a collegiate or alumni level. So a couple months ago, one of my frat brothers sent me a message on Facebook Messenger, asked me about a certain individual I was friends with at the time, asked me, do I know this dude? And I looked at the profile and I saw that, we had a lot of mutual friends, because a lot of them were alphas like myself and my frat brother. So I was like, no, I don't really know him for real. I just added him because I thought he looked like he was frat. So he hit me back saying, suggesting that I check into that. So I messaged the guy in question, and I'm asking him, so what's going on? I see that based on your profile, that you are a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. And so I asked him, when did he cross and whatnot? So he responded saying that he crossed at Kansas University. So I was like, okay, so what year did you cross? And I think he told me like 1987 or something like that, which is fine. I mean, everybody, there's old heads that crossed like way back when. So I didn't really pay too much of my attention into it. So and then next thing he says is that he was not also a member of Pi Eta Lambda, so Pi Ti. Anyone in the Greek community or anyone who's at least studied the Greek alphabet knows what's wrong with this picture. So that right there was the first red flag. Then the guy started changing up his story. He went from saying he pledged or crossed that Kansas U to I think it was the Texas State University chapter, a completely different chapter than the one he mentioned before at Kansas U. So after that, I was starting to raise my eyebrow at it, because something just wasn't adding up. He didn't really try to correct himself after the whole Pi Eta Lambda thing. So I decided to do a little investigative work, do a little research, and check the database for the guy's name. Nothing came back. Then I decided to look up the chapters that he claimed that he was a part of, and this is how I figured out that his answers just wasn't, meshing. So when I found that out, he's still trying to go on, trying to carry the conversation as if he's meeting, like he's actually a member or a frat. So I kind of just came back and said, hey, I'm gonna just keep it real with you, my dude. I know that you are not frat. Based on your answers that you've given me, nothing you've said has added up, and you didn't even correct yourself when you mentioned the whole Pi Eta Lambda thing. And now you're trying to portray yourself as if you're actually frat. So he's coming back saying like, oh really, wow, like such and such, which is typical when it comes to a perp. Like in my last video, like I mentioned that sometimes perps get defensive, or they try to kind of deflect and try to play as if like, you know, there's some kind of error, but the proof's in the pudding. So when you're caught like that, the more you try to defend yourself, the more egg you have on your face, especially when the facts are right in front of you, but you still choose to try to, you know, pass yourself off as something that you're not. So once that happened, like I immediately unfriended and blocked him. And this is important, especially for anybody who was in my situation where you would get like requests from people, to make sure you verify, because it's very easy for non-Greeks or anybody to access, you know, paraphernalia. Like sometimes like it's easy to go online and like get a shirt or get some other type of apparel, or a lot of times, and I advise this to any Greek, if you, for whatever reason, you don't need that you're a pair anymore, please do not donate it to any, you know, Goodwill or Salvation Army or any place that accepts like used clothes, because that's another access point for people to get letters and just don't want to think that it's, you know, it's just some normal shirt when it's not. It symbolizes something. So when we put these letters on, you know, they're not just some fashion statement. These are letters that we earn, that are representative of the organizations that we have joined. And when it comes to D9, like when you join any of these organizations, there are a lifelong commitment. It is not some after-school program. It is not some club that you just fill out some paperwork and all of a sudden you're a member. It's a lot more to it than that. It's more. There's more to the process of becoming a member than just that. So when people who have not been initiated, have not pledged, or whatever the case may be, they go around pretending to be one of the members of this organization, it's often taken as such disrespect, because of the fact that, you know, like I mentioned earlier, it's a direct affront to people who have actually paid their dues, have done the work to become members, who made it over and have put in the work for their chapters and the organization as a whole. So if you're watching this, and I would advise to be wary when it comes to, if you're one of those people who think that it's not a big deal to Perp or NPHC organizations, then I would strongly advise you to think twice, because, you know, if you're confronted by an actual member while you're doing this type of stuff, oftentimes you get exposed, and you doing this type of stuff, oftentimes you get exposed, and it's a very embarrassing experience. So yeah, it's not fun for anybody. It's best just be you. If you are interested in joining any of the NPHC organizations, then there is a right way to do such. You don't have, it's more than just, like I said, it's more than just throwing on a t-shirt and throwing up hand signs on your Instagram or your Facebook, and then just thinking that you're an actual member. And I know some people out there might have it in their minds that, you know, they don't have to, you know, go through the intake to be a member. They think they just wear it and then they are a part of it. But like I mentioned before, you know, a lot of Greeks take this seriously, and some are a lot more confrontational than others. So some might even put you on blast on like social media. And I mean, personally, that's not my cup of tea, but I've seen it happen. Like, there are pages like on different social media platforms that specialize in this. So, and once you're exposed like that on social media, and you know how they say about the internet, once they put something up there, it's impossible to get down. Your reputation is shot as far as like D9. You know, you get clowned, you get blackballed. So even if you decide to pursue Greekdom the right way, your face and your name is already out there. So, you know, you can try, but you're going to be looked upon as the person, the guy or the girl that was perping this organization or that organization. And we're looking at you like, oh, now you want to try and get down with us the right way after you pulled this BS by perping our org, you know. But hey, but that's just my 2 cents on it. So if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna try my hardest to commit to becoming more frequent with my videos, and I won't take, you know, no multi-month hiatus or whatnot. But I plan to keep this up. I do enjoy spreading knowledge. I am also open to answering any questions anyone might have as far as Greek life, and that's my aim. So with that being said, everybody be cool. Peace.